All right, joined by Jared Falk, the creator of a brand new spin-off game called Yo-dle. Jared, give us the rundown kind of from the beginning. What is it, and how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much just a rip-off of Wordle, right? The New York Times puzzle game. But everyone's ripping it off right now, so why not join the party? I mean, it's just one of these, what you think to yourself as a terrible idea or like, oh, yeah, we should totally do that. And then you actually find yourself with a little bit of spare time in the evenings and put it together with the help of a couple friends. So that's pretty much where it comes from.
Basically, a Low German Wordle. If you know what Wordle is, yes, a word game. So a Low German version of the popular word game Wordle.
Correct. Yeah. So we're including, 5-letter Low German words, which there are a few of, but also kind of English Low German adjacent words or Mennonite adjacent words, I guess you could say. So, there's a few, German English words in there that are kind of, bit of a cross between two languages and such. So you'll find some of those in there. But yeah, if you thought it was hard doing just the Wordle game by itself, just imagine adding another language to it that's largely unwritten and almost dead. So
yeah, the largely unwritten part is weird because you must have had to choose, one of the two dictionaries that are out there for your spellings.
Right, absolutely, yeah. And there's a couple of them where if I found like a pretty similar spelling, I put both of them in there.
Okay,
just so the Jans leaders won't get too upset, if their spelling's not in there. But this has already been a point of contention. We're 2 days in, and we had to have a very long discussion as to what the plural of zot is.
And what did you come up with?
Well, jury's still out, but I think zot is the plural of zot and not zots with an S at the end. Or zot with an E at the end. So
I'm with you.
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not a linguist, but
I'm totally with you. I think it's only ever a plural word, right? Like you never talk about one, you just talk about the bag.
Right. When I say pass me the zot, I say pass me the zot, not pass me the zots. I don't know.
So what are some of the examples? So is that one of the words that's been used at this point?
Well, no, that was one of the words that someone guessed already and sent me a complaint about it.
Okay,
so,
I see.
Yes.
So how can people find the game?
Just head to Yo-dle.com, and that's NAHYODLE.com. And we got a fun little thing too where we're doing like a companion Instagram account as well too, where we're revealing kind of the definitions of what yesterday's word was. So for people that aren't, that familiar or maybe guessed it by accident and have no clue what they're looking at. So they can follow along on that Instagram account and just get the actual definition of what the word they guessed incorrectly or correctly was the day after.
It's nice. Just a little bit of education on the side.
Yeah, and that's just at Yo-dle on Instagram as well, too. So
excellent. Well, I tried, by the way, I went on to Yo-dle.com. I tried it out. Yeah. I typed in one word, and then I realized I think I only know one 5-letter Low German word. So it was like, well, I think that's where I stop.
Which one? I want to know. What was your go-to?
I'll have to check it out because honestly, I don't even remember what I did. I'll open it up. And I'll tell you what I ended up going with. In the meantime, tell me a little bit about what led you to this idea, and tell me about the process of putting this together.
I mean, really, the idea itself is just I like all things kind of Mennonite and satire that mix, and a little bit of celebrate ourselves and make fun of ourselves at the same time kind of thing. I really appreciate things that do that. And this was kind of one of those things where I'm like, you know what, this is like, it's a great way to, get the language going again amongst people that know it, or even like some people just have a very, vague understanding of it, right? So it's people are kind of on the periphery, just like yourself, who knows one word perhaps, but there's a few who know, maybe a few more, and who knows, maybe they'll come out with, half dozen more Low German words to whip out in conversation next time.
And you had a small team kind of put this together with you?
I've got a friend of mine who's a back-end developer and a graphic designer as well. His name is Adrian Trimble, and he is fantastic and has been really supportive in this. I've got very basic level knowledge of websites and programming, and he's the man for the back end of all those kind of things. But yeah, I got some friends together, And I asked, my parents and other people as well too for, just whatever words that came to their mind immediately for, Mennonite adjacent 5-letter words, Low German words, English ones as well too. So it's like a little bit of ends up being a little bit of a mixed bag. Not all of them are East Reserve or West Reserve, so I did get a mix in there as well too. So we're getting some a bit of quality results from both sides of the river anyway. What I started with is probably about 100 or so, A-class words that are really everyone can identify with. And they're totally randomized, so I have no clue what they are anyway. Yeah. But after that, we'll have to feed it some more, I guess.
I love it. I guessed Plout, by the way, Plaut. That was the one.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah, that was the only one I could think of at the moment. I could probably come up with a few more, but I'd have to think really hard. Most of the words I knew were just like
Phospa's a good one.
Oh, good point. Yeah, that's 5. Okay, yeah. All right. Maybe I'll have to think about it a little bit more here.
Yeah, they're there. You'll get them.
All right. Well, I love this idea, and I am assuming that you've got some pretty good feedback on this already.
So far, everyone seems on board, except for the Zotes person. That I don't know if they're going to come back after that mishap of Zotes versus Zote. So,
hey, you know what? We Mennonites do like to hold our grudges.
True enough.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting, and thank you for putting this together and sharing it with us. It's a delight to be talking about it.
Absolutely, no problem. Thanks for playing.